Honorable Chief Minister Srimati Rekha Gupta ji, Chief Secretary Shri Rajiv Verma ji, Director Training Shri Prashant Goyal ji, Professor Mr. Roy, distinguished guests, officers and dear colleagues. It's a matter of great pride and privilege to join you on this momentous occasion, the 150th birth anniversary of one of Mother India's greatest son, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Sardar Patel was not only one of the leading founding fathers of this nation, but also nursed and nurtured the nascent nation like a mother in the 3 years that he lived after the independence. Few individuals have shaped the destiny of India as profoundly as he did. His leadership, determination, and vision for a united, strong India laid the foundation of our administrative and democratic structure. While he single-handedly shaped the geography of India in conjunction with his legendary colleague, he also shaped the socio-culture, economic and political landscape. Indeed, he ensured that the ideals of discipline, unity and integrity became the cornerstones of our civil servants. He described the Indian civil services as the steel frame of India. In doing so, he put forth before a monolithic behemoth a daunting task of transforming itself in line with the transformation that the nation was undergoing. Indian civil services, till then, was essentially a coercive and status quotient organ, entrusted with maintaining the perpetuating status quo that was exploitative and imperial. But on 15th of August 1947, it was entrusted with the task of achieving transformation under a democratic elected political executive. It was not to perpetuate the imperial right of the colonial masters, but to achieve the goals set forth by the will of the people of India as enshrined in our Constitution. I will not hesitate in saying that the civil services in the last few decades after independence indeed withstood the test of time. However, I would be failing in my duties as Lieutenant Governor if I do not point out today that the steel frame, as envisioned by the Sardar Patel, rapidly deviated from the path of national building. In this regard, at the outset, I would like to underline that the steel frames that hold a building are supposed to be invisible. They are supposed to be rigid as well as flexible at the same time. As far as invisibility is concerned, it is a civil servant who is supposed to be that of nameless, faceless person, consistently working to achieve positive transformation. They have to work for the benefit of the people they serve as per the will reflected by the people in the political executive that the people elect themselves. In lieu of this namelessness and facelessness, they are ensured security of tenure, pay and perks, in contrast to the political executive. They are, unlike the political executive, also ensured immunity from the direct public pressures and censure, something that is again buffered by the political executives. However, we today see a new breed of civil servants, ever ready to appear in media and showcase themselves on the social media. This is an undesirable trend that has to be stemmed not only through diktats, but through self-realization. You have to realize that it's not you who is judged by the people periodically, but those who seek the people's mandate every election. While the steel frame of building has to be rigid enough to hold the building from collapsing under its own weight, it is also to be flexible enough for building to withhold earthquakes and tsunamis. As far as this aspect of civil service is concerned, their performance has in many ways been questionable. It is often seen that when pragmatism is required to achieve developmental goals in the benefit of the people, they become dogmatic. At the same time, when they need to be dogmatic in the interest of the exchequer, they become pragmatic in self-interest. Having witnessed the civil services very closely as a representative of a corporate world, as indeed as a political and constitutional head later, I have myself experienced trained incompetence. I repeat, I have myself seen trained incompetence. Even if desired, a bureaucracy rooted in hierarchy often suffers from over-conformity, where following the rules becomes the more important than achieving the organization's goal. Babylon's phrase of trained incapacity also underlines the same. Having said that, I would be more than happy to declare publicly that the civil services, guided well and asked to perform, can achieve wonders. It is, however, critical that they work solely in public interest rather than vested financial and political interest of the political executive. My experience with the civil services in achieving the goals of cleaning the Yamuna floodplains, turning around DDA's finances, organization of G20 summit, handling the floods and rejuvenating the Yamuna in the limited time during which I headed the NGT appointed high-level committee for the same has been more than gratifying and satisfactory. When called upon, they performed and achieved what even their highly paid counterparts in the corporate sector can never dream of achieving. As the theme of today's seminar rightly suggests, the role of civil servants is changing rapidly. Today, the challenges before the governance are multidimensional. Technological disruptions, social inequalities, environmental pressures, and growing aspirations of a youthful India. Civil servants are not only administrators now, they are innovators, communicators, facilitators, and above all, leaders of change. It is imperative that officers at every level uphold the principle of transparency, ethics, and service to the nation, the true spirit of Antodaya. I know that the task of self-servant is not easy. Even if you move ahead with all the right intentions and in the right direction, there will be many, even amongst your colleagues, who would try to deter you. People posing as activists and civil society will try to entangle you in vicious criticism, often to serve their own vested interest. To all of you, my message is very simple. फर्क नहीं पड़ता मुझे कौन क्या मानता है. फर्क नहीं पड़ता मुझे कौन क्या मानता है. मैं खुद की नज़रों में ठीक हूँ, मुझसे बेहतर मुझे कौन जानता है. Institutions like UTCS are playing a commendable role in shaping this new generation of administrators. I am happy to note that the directories of initiatives in the professional development, leadership training, and adoption of modern methods. However, any professional training will make you only that much. To evolve as a true administrator with compassion, you have to follow the vision of simple enunciated in these two lines. चरित्र को पवित्र करने का कोई इत्र नहीं होता. चरित्र को पवित्र करने का कोई इत्र नहीं होता. अपने किरदार से ही आदमी खुद महकता है. जब आप बहुत अच्छा काम करेंगे तो आपको किसी मीडिया के सामने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, किसी को अपने यूट्यूब पे अपने को पोस्ट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. आप अपने आप महकेंगे. ये आपको ध्यान में रखने की बात है. As we remember Sardar Patel, let us also remember his belief that the civil service must remain fearless, impartial, and people-centric. The best homage we can pay him is to ensure that governance remains transparent, accountable, and responsive to the needs of every citizen. When we talk about transparency, accountability, and responsiveness, another extremely important aspect of ensuring the same comes to my mind. Only seamless communication between the people and the administrators can ensure transparency, accountability, and responsiveness. However, this gold standard of governance and administration is severely neglected by all of us, including myself. Whenever we in our comfortable space start speaking in English, we effectively and arrogantly exclude more than 99% of our people from the very discourse of governance. एक साधारण भारतीय के समक्ष जब हम अंग्रेजी का प्रयोग करते हैं तो वह स्वतः ही हमसे दूर हो जाता है और दूरी बना लेता है. तो ट्रांसपेरेंसी यानी पारदर्शिता, अकाउंटेबिलिटी यानी जवाबदेही और रिस्पॉन्सिवनेस यानी संवेदनशीलता से हम अपने आप ही बहुत दूर हो जाते हैं. हिंदी, कन्नड़, उड़िया, बंगला, तेलुगु, मलयालम, गुजराती, मराठी, असमिया तथा अन्य भारतीय भाषाओं को पढ़ने और बोलने वाले लोगों को हम जुबान की बस एक मार से बेजुबान कर देते हैं. अब समय आ गया है कि हम पूरी तरह से प्रशासन को कॉलोनियल स्वरूप से बाहर निकालकर पूर्ण रूप से भारतीय बनाएं. सरदार पटेल के प्रति यही हमारी सबसे बड़ी श्रद्धांजलि होगी. अगर हम किसी का काम नहीं कर सकते तो हमारी संवेदनशीलता ऐसी होनी चाहिए कि वो जब आपके ऑफिस से जाए तो कम से कम कुछ सेटिस्फैक्शन के साथ जाए. ऐसा ना हो कि वो ये सोच के जाए कि हम इस ऑफिस में आकर क्या पाकर जा रहे हैं. ज़रूरी नहीं कि हर पेड़ फल दे, कभी कभी किसी पेड़ की छाया जो है वो बहुत सुकून देती है. इस बात का भी हमें ध्यान रखने की ज़रूरत है. लेट दिस सेमिनार बी ए reaffirmation of our collective resolve to serve with integrity, to innovate with courage, and to uphold the unity and strength of our great nation. Thank you. Jai Hind.